Hello, I'm Wafflestick, and welcome to episode 6 of my Minecraft survival series here on 1.11. As you can see, I've made some changes to my house, and I'm so glad I've done this. I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. I took out my chests, that way I can have my whole water system in the tunnel looking nice and spiffy, and it isn't poking up into my home. And I did do some minor decorations, like I put a fern on a pot, and all the little things. And I know people are going to say this in the comment section sometime in the near future or some video later in the future. These chests are not going to be used. This is for decorative purposes. I've just kind of put them here because I thought that kind of filled it in pretty nice. And then also I do have these crafting tables here. And I also did a bunch of other stuff as far as like making things look a little bit better. I still yet to terraform this a little bit. I haven't even messed with the cow farm since I've made it. But I did take out the chest and all that stuff in the furnace, but I also terraformed around my iron farm, giving it a little bit more space. As you can see right here, it's not snugly fit against my iron farm, and I have not noticed an iron golem to spawn up here. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing to keep in mind. Maybe it does take a couple of blocks away, and it looks a lot better. But as you can see, I have messed up in a couple of spots here. But I will need to clean that up at some point. Maybe put some bone meal here to make it look a little bit more natural. But what I've been doing in my off time is AFK fishing. And we're going to go down there and check see what I've got. And I think we're going to do what's called an enchantment session. Lure 3. So we could get Lure 3 on that, but that's going to cost us 15 levels. So unfortunately I cannot do that one right now. But that's what we're going to do. That's our goal right there. We want to combine these two rods into one rod, so it makes it really awesome. Okay, I'm going to get inside before they overtake me, because that is still a little bit of a challenge out there. It seems like in 1.11 the combat system's a little bit more unforgiving, so you do take a little bit more damage, recover a little bit more slowly, and I kind of like that. It's a nice balance. So we do have our 7 levels, and I'm going to go ahead and grab these things. So I do have them here in my inventory. Let's go ahead and put our enchantment book there. And then that's going to give us a mending, power 4, and then unbreaking 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there's our super bow. And I think this bow is going to be very useful for things like the end when we go there to slay the Ender Dragon. So I guess what I'll do is leave it there, and then we'll get on to today's episode. So believe it or not, if we do take out these 2 blocks here, this goes into a cavern system. As you can see, all my decorations and stuff kind of linger out here on the outside, but if we go this way, all the way through this cavern system here, we will run into a mine shaft. We have a bunch of zombies going on over here, which I've got to light up this cavern a little bit more because I've been seeing where all these zombies are coming from now. Okay, I'm going to take the time to explore this mine shaft, and I'm really hoping I don't die for whatever reason. I want to keep an eye out for a spider spawner because I want to do what my bread and butter has given me on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and try to find myself a spider farm, which it looks like this mine shaft is pretty much a maze at this point, but we'll see where we can get. Wish me luck. Okay, I was lucky enough to find a chest here. Let's see what's in it. We do have Silk Touch. Wow, that's a pretty good thing to grab there. Grab this lapis. I don't really need iron rails or torches, so we'll leave it there. We got Silk Touch. That's awesome. Seems like I'm running into these chests quite often. Let's go ahead and see what this one has. We have another Silk Touch. Is that a common thing in these chests? 'Cause I'm not sure. Oh jeez, it creeped me out. Creepers are so, oh my gosh, and then there's silverfish too. Oh man, this is getting pretty crazy. So I've been running around looking for cave spiders, and I'm starting to hear some, I believe. There's some spiders below, especially when you start hearing a bunch of them at the same time, you know that is going to be cave spiders. So I'm hoping it's going to be okay. I'm going to keep some blocks pretty close to my area right here so that when they do start spilling out on me, I can take them out. So let's go ahead and dig this down just a bit, and there it is. cave spider farm. Just waiting for us to get, and it seems like that torch placed perfectly right there, so they shouldn't be spawning too much. I'm going to go ahead and keep digging down, and I'm going to try to take these guys on. I should have brought some milk for their venom, but hey, we'll try to make it from here. Okay, and I've cleared this area out. I've also explored other parts of the mine shaft to see if I could find any other spiders, but unfortunately that's all I could find. So it looks like we're going to have one mob spawner up in this area to work with, and that's kind of unfortunate. I was hoping there's going to be a little bit more, and it did take quite a bit of clearing out. So that's the thing about these cave spider spawners, you have to really watch out for them because they spawn even whenever, you know, it's like a few blocks away. Like over here, I think they could spawn within like 9 blocks of the spawner. So you really have to light up the area or you're going to see your end. Okay, lit up area. I've got a little bit of a corner here, and what I'm going to do is, I didn't even think of it before, I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a time lapse. That way you guys can watch me build a farm and then also clear this area out. I may just do a clear the area out thing, and then I will actually do the farm in steps. Okay, and a progress update. I did get my spawner room all complete. I'm not going to be designing this. I'm just going to be using this as a functional farm. Nothing too crazy. I am going to make the killing room itself a little bit more decorative. And according to my coordinates, my base is this way. And what I'm going to do is dig out a big killing room, and then I'm planning on having a cart system to come through here. That way we can come into this killing room and be back to our base in a jiffy, which I think would be a good idea to start with. But I'm going to go ahead and dig out this killing room, and we will get to the other stuff pretty soon, at some point. I thought maybe we should still go ahead and start warming up some cobblestone, because knowing me, I'll probably make stone brick. Just knowing my design and how I do things, I really go for that gray build a lot, and I need to stop doing that. I need to start implementing more colors into my styles, but you know, I think stone brick should be appropriate for this farm itself. Okay, I've been looking at some coordinates and seeing how this could work. I could dig down and run into my mining shaft, and then I have some branches that go straight up to my base from there. The only thing is, I wouldn't have that aesthetic tunnel that I normally would have. So I think I'm going to go for that, for more of a functional thing, and then have our spawner here, and I'm going to decorate this room and keep the tunnel pretty much just the way it is. Okay, and I just got through to my enchantment room pretty much. Well, I went down through the mine shaft, and I got to the mine shaft and dug it out a little bit, and I repaired my pickaxe, so it's all good to go. And we have this big spawn area, so I've got to figure this out. First, I got to make a divider, and then start working on the cave spider farm itself, and then we're going to make a minecart system that goes all the way back to our base. Okay, looks good in here. I don't think we have any problems. Spiders, just stay in there. We're going to take a look here and see if this is working properly. So we do have our XP tunnel, and let's go ahead and start attacking these guys. I need to put a block back there. I totally forgot to put a block back there. I'm hoping you guys don't mind that little transition. It's kind of like a little transition that I do sometimes if I've been away for a while. So it's been a while since I have done my spawner. It's been about a day and a half, and I've been kind of working here and there, improving the design. And as you can see, I have my little face poking out of the wall there, and it looks okay. It could look a little bit better, but I thought, you know, since the cave spider spawner is pretty much my bread and butter, I'm going to go ahead and put my face in there. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll work. So I've been AFK for about 15 minutes. And as you can see, I have been doing quite a bit of work. I have everything pretty much decorated as far as the spawner goes. I do need to decorate the walls of the killing room. And I do have some chests and an enchantment area cleared out once we do get to this. But we do have our cave spider spawner, and it's working. All of the farm, it seems to be working really well. The only reason I blocked this up, this did have glass, is because I wanted to increase the efficiency of the farm. I mean, it does leak a little bit of light level in between these blocks here. So, you know, some efficiency problems there, but for the most part, it seems to be a pretty efficient farm. All the spiders are coming in, and I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity to go ahead and kill these spiders, and we'll see how well we do. I want to try to lean away from gathering experience right now until we get them all dead. And as you can see, it's working quite well. You got to kind of nudge over here sometimes to get the experience. And I used the trap doors, and I thought that looked a lot better than just having the iron fence there. And it's working. And I also did an AFK fish farm AFK session, so I'm hoping to go back and see how that went. I didn't even check the items because I wanted to save it, you know, maybe for next episode, because we are going to be doing some more enchantment, but I don't want to put you guys through another session of enchanting items. But with a long-winded breath behind all of that, I'd say we did pretty good on this. I've just got to decorate the walls, and I do have a good design in mind. Now, this design is going to require us to get a bunch of wood. Now, you may think we'll be using wood in the design, but I'm going to throw it up a little bit. You'll see what I mean once we do get to crafting it, but let's go ahead and gather quite a bit of logs and see what we can do with that. Okay, and I did manage to get all of my wood, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and circle these like so, and then if we take some redstone, if I don't mess this up, we can make a bunch of note blocks. And this is going to be integrated into the design of the spawner room, which I'm thinking is going to look really nice. You know, come to think of it, it does look really good, but it's going to be really expensive decorative. So I've got to push this wall back, I think, one, to make it look right, and then we will line up some chisel blocks on the back wall back here. Let's go ahead and take a look just to kind of see what they look like together, which I'm sure they're going to go together fine because chisel block is more of a neutral block, and I think it will work with it. I don't know. Let me try a few more layers and see if it does work or not. Okay. And this is kind of what I've got. After doing a few columns, I think it looks good. I think we could do with some fillers inside these blocks, but I do need to go craft some more note blocks. I didn't think it was going to take that much. Now, it does have about half of the room complete, and I do need to work around this chest system, which I didn't even think of when I started doing these little things. And I went back and got some more note blocks. I got about a stack, and I've got close to a stack of chiseled stone bricks. I'm going to go ahead and continue to design. I think it will work around this chest system here. If we just go upwards and then also get this column of stone, let's go ahead and just give it a shot to see what it looks like, because I'm pretty excited to see if this is going to work out as well as I'm thinking it is. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got mineshaft tunnels just stuck everywhere around here, so yeah, that's... well, yeah, let me push that back one more block. Come to think of it, I could get used to that. I think that looks pretty nice. And then if we continue on, this is going to be the most difficult part, is this whole enchantment room, which I may skip out on that, but I do want another enchantment room up here for the cave spider purposes. But I just would build this room maybe a little bit smaller than what it needed to be. Okay, the last few blocks to go in, I did carry a double stack of oak planks because I was pretty excited to combine these two. What I've got to do now is go ahead and fix these little blocks that's in between these columns, which I'm probably just going to include some chisel blocks because I think chisel looks really nice. Okay, and we have ourselves the finished room, which I think looks really nice. I think it's going to fit in well. I kind of wish there was a little bit more geometry going on right here, but I think this is going to look good. This is going to satisfy my aesthetic OCD when I do come into these areas. And this is especially appropriate for the spider spawner because it's one of my favorite things to do. And I really wanted to take my time on this room, and I think it came together quite well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And I may do some changes to it just depending on what you guys think. Okay, and I do have about 4 minutes, maybe a little bit more. We may push the episode a little bit longer this time around. But a subscriber, yet again, Pickle MC, has recommended another design, which I'm thinking is going to be really sweet. It's going to be about half of this room. Nothing too big. I'm going to leave the other half of the room for other suggestions if anyone else wants to chime in on some of their recommendations. But his idea is to maybe make this half, where we're going to block off the AFK fish farm, to make it into like a squid cubby hole, which is kind of cool. So we can like block this off of blue glass or something of that sort. I have a bunch of lapis to do this with, and we can have squids in the background. Now I may add my note block into that just to make it look more like an aquarium of some sort. It depends. Maybe I could just stay with stone because patterns aren't going to really matter a whole lot when it comes to... Oh my god! Oh jeez. Okay, yeah, anyway. Yeah, they're not going to matter too much, you know, whenever there's water blocks. Okay, I've got to finish this guy. So another progress update. We are doing pretty good. We're putting all these water blocks in here. I want to try to get it even, but, you know, don't quote me on that. I could potentially do this wrong, but I do think I need to go ahead and collect some glass blocks to put up this way. Keep forgetting things. And as you can see, I do have my squid hole dug out, and I also put blue glass back here. The only thing is I couldn't press it forward much because I have this AFK farm here, and I would normally do this, but with water and redstone it doesn't really work that well together, so I've got to be really careful about where I put this. I was thinking about extending it, but I don't know. I think it'd be fine if we could just see some squids floating in the background. And I still got plenty of decoration, but I've noticed that none of the squids have spawned in here, which is kind of odd to me because I am above Y46 and also in between that sea level and their non-spawn zones. But, you know, I'll just wait around. I may have to reload the chunks, but there is a waterway right above where I am, so that could be affecting the spawn rate. I may have to wait for a little while for one to appear. Okay, and I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'm sorry that I didn't do a whole lot, but I did get an experience farm, which is something I really needed. And most of my main farms have been completed in the series, so we will be getting on to some good stuff next episode. I've got some pretty big plans. But before we do head off, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you in the next episode. Hope you like my pants.